StormWatch, number 3, written by Paul Cornell, art by Miguel Sepulveda. We last left off with, I don't know, a whole bunch of plot lines all wrapping, but the big thing is that the moon was sending down meteors. One of them crashed into a cornfield and became this giant thing. This issue picks up with, I guess, shortly afterwards. Stormwatch is arguing about, okay, what to do next, and just getting a little bit of a recap on the two dumbest ones there. Projectionist is complaining that all the media so desperately wants to report on the fact that the asteroids are coming and crashing into them, and how there's some monster in Colorado. And Jack, the city talking guy, is just sitting there meditating, and we see inside of his consciousness him talking to the spirits of cities. Paris being this fashionista looking like beautiful woman, Metropolis being this beautiful woman dressed in like a visual business casual sort of look, and Gotham, which is a creepy gargoyle thing. Fits the theme. And Jack is like, okay, so why did all these meteors are targeted at major cities? Why did one of them land in nowhere, Colorado? And they're like, oh, but there was a city there, Jack, and it was beautiful and it was great. And then Gotham chimes in, is like, no, don't listen to them. It sucked. It was crazy. Listen to me, Gotham. I'm clearly trustworthy. And for some reason, Jack does. So he's like, all right, well, they say there's a city there. I thrive in cities, so I've got a plan. Meanwhile, the one dude in charge, who I'm forgetting his name, but, you know, the dude in charge, Adam, he tells Apollo, he's like, hey, Apollo, look, you're super strong and stuff like that. Could you go ahead and, you know, stop the meteors from coming down and hitting us? Just go up there and punch them to pieces. And Apollo's like, fine, but I'm not doing it because I'm part of your team. I'm doing it because they're aimed at my planet. Then we cut back to the moon, where Harry is still there absorbing the alien consciousness of the moon. I think he's done. I think he just wrapped up. He's like, haha, you thought you could beat a human, but I have bested you, because not only I'm not just a swordsman, my true power is I can fool anyone. Here I thought it was just people, but apparently aliens too. And he takes his sword and he slashes open the giant eye, because why not? And he looks positively manic when he does it. The engineer and Jenny Q show up, and he's like, all right, cool. So I'm glad that we can get out of here. He gives engineer a kiss, so I guess they're a thing. And as they get out, he gives kind of like a little smirk, which makes me think he might be evil now, especially with the whole manically slashing open the alien consciousness's eye, but whatever. Back to Apollo. He's emitting radio waves to speak on the frequency of their comms, because I guess that's a thing he can do. And he's just punching up meteorites, and he's like, oh, I'm going to send him into the sun. Cut back to StormWatch HQ. They're looking at the monster that's in Colorado. And it's like, all right, well, as long as we don't allow any more monsters to land, this is the only one we got to deal with. The projectionist is blocking all the media from reporting on it. Justice League hasn't shown up. Oh, here's Jenny, Engineer, and Harry. All right, everyone, let's go. We're going to Colorado. Back to Apollo. Apollo sees this massive planet-ending size meteor, and he's like, guys, I don't think I can deal with this one. Cut back to Colorado. They teleport in. They didn't really understand the scale of this monster when they saw it on their TVs, but they were like, okay, well, I guess we got a deal. Cut back to Apollo again. He's like, I'm going to build up all the energy I have because I'm powered by raw sunlight out here in space, and I'm going to blow that thing to smithereens. He's literally talking to himself. Like, no one's paying any attention to him. So Jack gets down, and he's like, I always get sick when I'm not in the city, and I'm not sick, so that must mean there is technically a city here. Let me try to communicate with it. And everyone's like, all right, here's the plan. Protect Jack. And then back at Stormwatch, Projectionist is there, and I get they're trying to give her a moment, but it's like, everybody wants to report and tweet about what's happening, and I'll use all of my power to make sure that doesn't happen. And it's like, you do you, buddy. Anyway. So then we get a brief explanation on Jenny Q's power, because Midnighter's curious. It's just she has the power currently of dark energy, because that's what the scientific knowledge is for the century, I guess. So they set up some sort of grid to try to contain the monster, but it's absorbing literally everything they throw at it. So they have to come up with some other sort of plan. Apollo blows up the meteor-ending or the world-ending meteorite, and then starts crashing down to Earth. Again, no one really cares. He's just doing his own thing. Jack's talking to the city that supposedly doesn't exist, and he's like, come on, you gotta wake up. I'm not trying to hurt you, but you gotta, whatever city is there, you gotta fight to survive or whatever. And then Midnighter comes in, and he's like, guys, you gotta listen to me. I know I'm not really a member of the team, but my power is that I know, like, how to fight anything, and I know, like, I can see kind of like 3 moves ahead sort of thing. And he's absorbing all your stuff, and you're not gonna kill him that way, and also he's about to bum rush you and absorb every last one of you. And then that thing happens. So they're absorbed into the body of this giant monster. All of their powers now belong to it, and Midnighter's the only one that can stop them and issue. I'm glad that all the plots have finally converged. I mean, yes, they sent Apollo completely out to do whatever else, but everyone is pretty much in one spot dealing with one thing, and I'm so happy for that because, dear Lord, it was just too much for too long there. I love the art. The art's fantastic. There's a lot of, like, After Effects, like a lot of computer stuff being added on here. So I don't know if you feel that there's some purity in hand-drawn art. I think you might hate this, but I don't have that same notion. I think it's all very well done. It's done in a way that only adds to what's already there. Strangely enough, I think I opened up this thinking that Jack was the dumbest thing of all time, and Projectionist was a close second. Now I'm willing to give Jack more of a benefit. Now Projectionist is the dumbest thing of all time. Like, oh no, I stopped everyone from... Like, how does that even work? Does it just, like, hold up the server network? Like, does it stop people from pressing send? Don't people realize that their tweets aren't being posted? I don't know. As for me, this is okay. It's a 6 for me. The art's really pulling most of the work. Like, World End, I get the entire first point of this arc is to say, like, yes, we deal with, like, the stuff that's even beyond the Justice League or whatever. And fine, I get that. But the fact that Justice League is dealing with, like, parademons and, like, different dimensions and hell and stuff like that, and these guys are just dealing with Moon Alien, I'm not sure it really is that different yet. I'm looking to see why, but right now it just seems like it's just a different Justice League. That's not quite as interesting because the characters are Projectionist and the Jack guy. So yeah, 6 for me right now. Hopefully it'll improve. How do you not understand how this social media thing works? I don't understand that part.